So what we're going to do is a new northern section here. We're right here in this parking lot right here. We're going to cross across the creek. And I am wearing my nice warm hat. By the time I get up the top of that hill, I'll probably have it off because it'll be good and hot up there. And it looks like I've got a little bit of water in my shoes, so that's going to be fun. Yeah, this is what I was trying to avoid right here earlier. Above freezing now and everything's turned to sloppy mud. Well, I'm starting to get tired and hungry, so it must mean I'm almost done. Today we hike in Knob State Forest. There's a lot of places to hike here. We can hike all day long, but today I'm going to do a short little loop. And I'm going to show you how to do this particular loop. If you're out here just to do some quick geocaches, you can get up to 14 geocaches if you haven't done this area. Today, some of the caches are mine, so I'm going to end up just doing, I think, 10 today. So we'll get on the trail here. We're almost up to the first parking lot in Knob State Forest, and we'll see you at the trailhead. Well, we're starting off at the parking lot here, and temperature last night got down about 19 degrees. We're starting off at our hike. It says 28 degrees. I believe it's going to actually get up to maybe upper 30s by the end of the day. So hopefully we're down before it starts getting too slick and the ground starts thawing out too much. So what we're going to do today is the map of the Knob State Forest. Like I say, you can come out and spend a whole day out here. Today I'm just going to do a quick hike. So what we're going to do is a new northern section here. We're right here in this parking lot right here. We're going to cross across the creek, go up this line here. We're going to have a nice little climb, go around and back down this side here, and then we're going to actually do a few caches that are a little bit in this valley, come back out. Probably less than 3 miles. We'll see what we get at the end. But if you're at the parking lot, the main trails go off to the south. There is no trails in this section. It's just bushwhacking, and basically you can't see it too well, but we're going to go up near this high line. There's actually a pipeline trail we'll stay along that pipeline up until the back, and there's actually an old trail, just kind of old logging road that comes back down on this side over here, and then we'll come back across, do the little bit of the valley, and pop back out. So we'll get everything together and be on the trail here shortly. And I am wearing my nice warm hat. By the time I get up the top of that hill, I'll probably have it off because it'll be good and hot up there. We're starting here, and night before last we had probably maybe about 2 inches of snow in this area. Some of it melted yesterday, but we're still be dealing with some of it. Our first challenge is to get across the creek. I tried an area up near the car and it wasn't as good. This looks like the best bet here. I have waterproof shoes on, but they're low cut, so I have to be careful not to go over the top. I think we can make it through here though. And it looks like I've got a little bit of water in my shoes, so that's going to be fun. We may find a better way to get across. Like I say, you can look way out there and see my truck. Maybe next time I'll come back, go a little further up where we can find a better crossing. Well, I'm not going to give away the location too much on this first one because it's a little bit tougher. But I was happy to get some pinned to the logbook on this one because it was a little bit tough on this first little cache here. It was not where I would think I would normally put it, but I found it after looking around a little bit. Now I've got to head off toward the bottom of the hill and start heading up the hill. Well, we're at the edge of the hill now. We're getting ready to climb up. We're about 240 feet from the first cache up here on the, I believe it's going to be up in that general direction over there. So we're going to head up to that. Now this cache was a pretty neat little layered shelf here. That's what the cache is named after. And it was a real neat little area here, especially in the snow. About halfway up the hill now. Gotta continue back up that way and to the top. Once we get up there, it should be pretty smooth sailing from there. Now we're up on the north side looking across to the south side, and you'll see all those ridge lines over there. They're in Knob State Forest. Some pretty serious hiking over there, but there are a few trails to help you out. It goes even far as back as that knob back way back in there. You can kind of hear Interstate 65. It goes right through that gap right there. And we're gonna huff and puff until we get to the top of this hill. Okay, we're finally to somewhat of the top of here. And this gas pipeline, when I placed these caches last spring, this was all mowed down, so it's a little more difficult today. There's somewhat of a trail through here. One of my caches is over in these pines here somewhere. I don't exactly see it right now, but I do know it's there because it was just found within the last week. So we're gonna make our way on to the next cache. And we should be able to follow this for at least 2 caches, and then it turns into a smaller trail. At the most northern part of this ridge, you'll run into the end of the Knob State property. No trespassing signs are posted quite regularly, and there's a trail that kind of runs along the property line, so you can kind of stay on this, and it gets you back over. We're heading over to that ridge over there. So with that upside down V, we're at the top of that, or we're right there where the V comes together. So we're going to be heading down that other ridge here in a minute. Got one more cache to pick up before I head down that direction. Well, this cache got the best of me. I even got a phone to friend to tell me to go a little bit further out and look for it. I'm zeroing out 6 feet in this particular location. Kind of know what I'm looking for, but there's so many places in here to look for, and I even know it's at roughly eye level, but haven't had much luck. I've actually looked for about half hour, and I'm just going to have to let this one go. I didn't want this hike to be all day, so sometimes you got to leave one and give you an excuse to come back another day. Alright, we're heading down the other ridge line back toward the road and the car. We've got to think 2 more up here on top, and then we're going to be heading back down the valley. It's a real briary area up here. Luckily they have us somewhat an old road here that you can follow. Yeah, this is what I was trying to avoid right here earlier. It's above freezing now and everything's turned to sloppy mud. So hopefully I'll get off this trail here soon and be down in the lower areas where it's still a little bit frozen. Now we're back in the somewhat woods here where it's not quite as sunny. And the trail's back to kind of frozen again, not all that mud I had back there. I did find a cache back there, and I'm moving on to the last one up here on the ridge, and we'll work our way to the valley. I decided to leave the trail behind, go down the side of the hill, not on the trail because it was getting muddy. And so sometimes you go off these little side trips over to a bushwhack to a cache, you'll see some unique things, rock formations or something you'll find. And this is my last big views, so I'll take in a few of these before I get back down to the valley. So we'll just beat down through here. You can, this time of year you can do this. Don't have to worry about ticks, snakes, and the only thing you have to worry about is briars. That's about it. So we'll see you at the bottom of the ridge. Okay, I found the last cache in a cool little bamboo forest out in the wild. It's kind of neat to be in those, and that's where the cache is located, back in there. I've got 3 more caches. Basically gonna go back in this little cove back in here, do one, and then one more, and then another one right back toward the camp, back to the truck. Well, I'm starting to get tired and hungry, so it must mean I'm almost done. Got to make my way out here to this lower field here. Got one more back in the corner and one more on the way back to the vehicle, so just about there. So I got my last cache in the woods back up this way. Yeah, I'm heading out toward the road. Road's right on the other side of those trees. There's a creek that runs down through there, so I got to find a way across. I may grab another one along the roadside up here, but I'll give you the stats when I get to the truck, which shouldn't take me too long. Just gotta cross this creek and walk down this road. Yeah, probably about, I don't know, maybe 1,000 feet or more. So we'll show you those stats when I get to the truck. Okay, I just got back to the car. I downloaded this off my Garmin Forerunner on my watch. This just shows my track. Started over here, went up, around, and came back, and then back down.